Hello, my name is Yolanda Molina Salazar, and today I'm going to talk about Phase 1, Foreign Language Acquisition and Learning. Okay, cover description. This course is part of the practical component of the program. The student will make use of the pedagogical practice protocol. In this phase of the participant observation, which is developed concerning a specific object of study. Okay, in this code, there are 5 phases. For example, in the phase 1, recording to an activity, we must analyze and understand everything about course in progress. In phase 2, participant observation practice, we must examine the factors to influence the progress in the context of practice scenarios. And phase 3, participant observation practice, we must compare the main theories on foreign language acquisition in the context of pedagogical scenarios. And phase 4, practical component, participant observation practice, we must evaluate teaching strategies used within the classroom. And finally, phase 5, final activity, we must set up purpose at new assessment in the classroom environment. Okay, learning outcomes. It's very important to know and to understand these learning outcomes because each phase lines to the others based on activities that help students gain knowledge. For example, in the first phase, we must carry out a recognition of the entered course, and the phase 2, 3, and 4, we must exercise the pedagogical practice of participants' observation, and in finally, phase 5, we must show a purpose about learning the course. Okay, units that the course has. There are 2 units this course, and each document are very important because help you have solution of the all activities. For instance, Unit 1, Foreign Language Acquisition from the Theory to the Practice, and Unit 2, Learning Trend in Foreign Language. There are documents very important in this course, and the units is very important to learn, to analyze, and to we see the each units and yeah. Pedagogical and Educational Practice Regulation Agreement. Okay, this document is very important for the solution of the each activity in our practice scenarios. This document, there are 9 chapters. For example, chapter 1, definition and purpose, there are article 1 and 2. Chapter 2, generalities and definition, there are article 3 and 7. Chapter 3, circular aspect of the formative role of pedagogical and educational practice, there are article 8 and 30. Chapter 4, principle of action of the teacher in training in pedagogical and educational practice, there is article 14. Chapter 5, definition of the academic network of pedagogical and educational practice, there is article 15. Chapter 6, pre-practice seminar, there are article 16 and 17. Chapter 7, monitoring and evaluation of pedagogical and educational practice, there are article 18 and 20. Chapter 8, duties and rules of teacher in training of bachelor degrees in the development of their pedagogical and educational practice. There are Article 21 and 22, and finally is Chapter 9 of the certification of the pedagogical and educational practice. There are Article 23 and 24. Well, each chapter are very important because this chapter help you for solution of activities in this course on in other course practice. And when I read and when I understand these chapters, each chapter, I know that, for example, we must very responsible with each activity. We must analyze the other learning. We must be part of construction the reglement in the activities. We must establish the norms in each activities. We must take into account the importance of the pedagogical practice scenarios. Well, and two, I know that all pedagogical practice scenarios must be fully legalist and suitable. It's very important to know and to understand this. Okay. Guidelines for the development of the practice pedagogical and educational. Okay. Regulatory reference. Through the years, the law have transformed this process in a context of education, for example, with a purpose, regenerate the context of pedagogical and educational practice in a scenarios. Well, in this course and in this document, there are 5 principles of action. For example, integrity of teaching pedagogical practice, and 2, dialogue between educational actors, and 3, promotion of protective environment for children and adolescents, respect for difference, and finally, excellence in service. It's very important to know this practice of action in this course or in other course, because there are values. Degree programs in SEDU. Okay, in SEDU there are 2 programs. The first program is transition program, and 2 program with renewed registration, Lilay. It is in this program, in the program with renewed registration. Okay, pre-practice seminar. Pre-practice seminar is the understand and interesting for new strategies, with the planning by the teacher in training in pedagogical and educational practice in a scenarios. Okay, it's very important. It's very important pre-practice seminar in this course. SAPEC is a virtual tools or accompaniment for the development of strategies to require planning by the teacher in training, but it is at all virtual I think that is very important these tools because, for example, for example, SAPEC is a virtual tools in other environments. And this is my work, and thank you very much.